I'm Josh Hickman. I photographed probably 70% of the Gatewood.
I'm Gatewood, the author of now distributors to be a part of this film, which I think is a very important archive and a very important wake-up call and educational tool for the present generation to get out and tell all your friends about it, get them to come see this movie.
I directed the film. You know, you really don't direct films like this. I think I directed the edit, but you know, just capturing Gatewood doing what he's doing and these activists, I think is, you know, there are a lot of films made about hemp, the plant. You know, there's a hemp hooray, the $1 billion crop. What I was trying to focus on was the activists, because at times I was even thinking of a different title, like direct action, because conscientious acts of civil disobedience is, you know, nonviolent. It's the way to make change. It's what this festival is all about, and it really is the artists, you know, activists. It's really the way to make change, and everything from the protest march that Gatewood was in to climbing the tree for the 2 years that she was there. Those kind of things go beyond just hemp. You know, it's a deeper subject if you see what these activists are doing, and it's taking a chance. I mean, when I was at the court case with Woody, you could see he was like, I may actually go to jail here, you know. And the whole thing, he would pull Joe Hickey off to the side, like, what did you get me into this for? I mean, it really felt like he was going to go to jail, and those kind of actions are what make all the difference, I think. And I think that's what this festival is all about.
I wanted just to pick up on something Michael said. The film definitely talks about hemp being more than a movement just about the plant. There's also the integrated movement. Could you explain?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think hemp is like the linchpin, because it's the tool that was used by Alex Whiteboom to establish that we have sovereignty. I read the treaty, 1868. It said, put down your weapons and grow crops, and so we use that as the means to express their sovereignty. Julia's whole purpose is her love for the ancient redwoods. You know, it's not the lumbering practices; it's old growth forest, and hemp is the alternative. She calls it the solution. The thing I love about Gatewood's faction is he says the whole thing's a lie, so the plant's been lied about on every level. But yeah, everybody has a different way of using the plant to express something that they personally have a reason to bring out. That's what I noticed that was unusual about it. It's not just about hemp, but hemp was like the linchpin to open the door to all these other factions.
Would you want to elaborate on that? And Diana?
Well, I got something to say, y'all. When Woody planted 4 hemp seeds in '97, that's when I followed him out there and got this project together. Michael directed, we met Gatewood, Willie, Merle, everyone came into succession because that's the way God intended for it to be so. And for me, it is completely about the plant, the movement, and exactly what we're going to do next. It will reverse the greenhouse effect, annihilate deforestation. It's real simple. So if all you guys go out and pick up these flowers on the way out and vote hemp, then it will change the laws in your state and buy hemp, and that's how we're going to make the change that this film that I put together with him and developed is all about. It's entirely about this plant. It will reverse the greenhouse effect. It will provide thousands of jobs, and when it grows, it replenishes the soil. 1 acre of hemp is equal to 3 acres of deforested trees for paper. The first car Henry Ford ever made was entirely made from agricultural hemp. They ran on hemp tires, hemp oil, and hemp gasoline. Henry Ford, that's in our archival footage. So it was tied up in the Marijuana Prohibition Act because of the billionaires during the time. So all you guys got to do is go out and be the Hempsters activists and vote for hemp and buy hemp and help us change the law. That's why I created the project and put it together, so I could bring the message that I know to you guys. And y'all all join together with me. Aren't y'all Hempsters, everybody? Yeah! That's what I'm talking about. That's the reason why we're sitting here.
What attracts me to this subject matter is that I am a nationalist. I am so happy to have been born into America in the death and in this birth-death cycle that I've been born into, because the United States of America is supposed to be set up to be the land of the brave and home of the free. And it was the first time, our founding fathers did for the first time give us or recognize in us the inalienable rights to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. That was the principle on which this country was founded. And the illegalization of a green, natural, viable, beautiful crop like hemp, like canvas, is where the government has completely overstepped its bounds, completely obliterated the idea that we are capable, sovereign human beings, and that we need to be criminalized if we, in fact, want to consume a green natural plant that comes from the natural cycle. That is a bastardization of everything that the United States is supposed to be based on. And, you know, if they outlawed widgets, I would feel the same way. They had absolutely no science and truth to back up and to legitimize their outlawing of this plant and the criminalization of people who associate with it. They had absolutely no rational basis for doing it.
It's because it
And
makes paper.
that puts this entire country in peril. Because if they are allowed to get away with it, if they are unchallenged on it, then the whole concept of inalienable rights possessed by us, the sovereignty of each of us as human beings, is eradicated, and the whole concept of human beings being sovereign and self-determinative is out the window. So, hemp, cannabis, marijuana, it's the most vivid illustration to the current generation. The youngsters understand this as an issue. The middle class and middle age understand this as an issue because it illustrates just how perilously close we are to losing everything that America is supposed to be about. And folks, I ain't going down without a fight. Screw these bastards.
I got one more thing to say, and I'm going to leave this panel to all my time. That's Jason, by the way, our first editor, brilliant filmmaker as well. This is, right now, if you look at the earth, the drilling, the mining for rocks, the drilling for oil, the earth is screaming for the change. You think of your own human body, if you were drilled everywhere to suck your life force out. We have got to stop drilling for oil. We don't need it. Hemp makes oil, paper, gasoline, clothing, food, everything. And it grows 19 feet high in 90 days with no herbicides or pesticides. No cancer. It's like Jack and the Beanstalk, Jack and the Hemp Stalk. So you guys walk out of here, vote for hemp, and that will make the change, because it's all about us. Just do it, Nike. I believe it, y'all. Thank you.
Isn't it ironic that this wonderful plant has this other species, this other side of the coin, if you will, that has these problems with me? I mean, there's a certain irony that this beautiful plant is associated with, depending on how you look at it.
The more good something is, the more everyone fights against it. No one throws stones at the tree unless the tree is filled with fruit. That's in the Bible.
Yeah, sure. Okay,
Yeah, I think what you're talking about is how hemp has certain industrial uses, and then there's another side with the cousin, correct? And about how that can be exploited in many different ways. And I think what you need to understand is it doesn't matter what people really think of marijuana. I mean, it certainly only does certain things. It doesn't kill you, it doesn't do these things. So to play into that is more to play into the fear factors, more to play into, well, we want you to believe this versus what it really, really is. That's not the issue. It's part of the issue, but the issue is, like what Gatewood said at one time, they're making a seed illegal. They're making a plant illegal. A plant. It grows out of the ground. That's it. That's what it comes down to.
So many good things.
Yeah, and so whatever you exploit the seed into is whatever market, whatever it is you're doing. What it comes down to is it's not just that we need to explore what this plant does, what the benefits are. We need to explore why we live in a country that tells us that we can't grow a plant.
Exactly.
We need to explore why it is that we have to make movies about this. Why do we have to wear shirts that have pot leaves on? Why do we have to have books like they have to wear no clothes? Those are what we need to explore. And I think through movies like what Michael and Diane are doing, people like David, with photography like this, it's a way to do that.